Hey guys, it's BLTdAXn here from ETR Gamer, and today I'm going to be showing you sort of my standard opening against Terran, what I normally do, and how I respond to what they do. And in this case, my opponent Kevo is going to be doing a 1-1-1, and I'll show you how you work that out and how I normally respond to it. So to start off against Terran, I do the standard sort of opening, just to get your pylon on 9 supply, and that should just be when you can afford it. So you just see how this is my 9th one, stop making probes now, and build this pylon. And then I go for a 13 gateway, and I always scout on 9, just because then I can see if there's any cheese going on. Maybe I don't find a barracks in their base, and I suspect they're doing like some proxy barracks or something. You always want to know when you need to defend against that. So on top of that, let's see, coming into his base now, I'll just go into my camera so you can see what I'm doing, why I'm reacting to it. So see his supply depot here, expecting him to throw down a barracks fairly soon. Normally it's about the time that I throw down my gateway that they put down their barracks. So let's see, my gateway's gone down, yep, and there's his barracks. And then he's also getting gas. That's pretty important, because if you think about it, the builds, I'll just pause it for a second, the sort of builds that I expect Terrans to be doing at my level are a Marauder expand with concussive shells, or maybe a proxy barracks, although we've decided they can't have done that because we can see their barracks right here, and this all looks pretty standard, and they're getting their gas. A marine tank build, which they could still do. I don't have enough information yet, not late enough in the game. Marine Marauder Medivac, which they could do off one base. 1-1-1 build, which also they could be doing, and a marine fast expand. I don't really think he's doing a marine fast expand because he gets this gas. Normally if they're doing that, they throw down like one barracks and then build, I don't know, a few marines and start their command center up here, move it down, build a bunker. So I can see there's gas there, so it's probably not that either. So what he could be doing, Marauder concussive shell expand, marine tank build, marine Marauder medivac, or a 1-1-1. So I know the Marauder build is probably the earliest pressure that I need to worry about at the moment. So I can just do my standard opening, which is get this gas on 14, I think it is, an extra pylon on 15, and then a cybernetics core as soon as this gateway finishes. I normally like to do a 1-gate expand against Terran, or when I can. It would have been good if I hadn't lost that probe then. But yeah, I guess what can you do? So I'm getting my cybernetics core now, and I normally want to get a zealot as soon as I've got the spare minerals. So let's see, I can see he's running around my base now. So I get the zealot, and I try and kill off the scouting worker if I can, and if I can't, I normally just rally it to their base, because at the moment I still don't really know what he's doing. I know I probably don't have to worry about any really early pressure, but other than that, I don't really know what he's doing. So I rally this zealot to his base just to see how many units he has and that kind of thing. So my zealot comes out, see if I can get his worker. It's running away, so I'm probably just going to rally it straight to his base and just see what units he's got and whether he's getting an expansion, anything I can see. And then you obviously start your warp gate research, and I normally chrono out this stalker just because sometimes Terrans can be quite greedy, and on their first barracks, when they're getting gas, they'll straight away throw down an add-on like a tech lab or something, and they won't actually have enough units early on to defend against just a zealot and a stalker or 2 stalkers. So then follow this up. Yeah, this is the stalker on the way. And by that time, normally my zealot gets the base, and I can decide whether I want to make the second stalker, the one after, this stalker. See, now I see here 4 marines, and well, I didn't see any marauders, and that's pretty important because it meant, like, normally if they're doing a marauder concussive shell expand, they're going to obviously get out marauders, and then I'd be able to see if they have concussive shells and they chase me back. So I don't see that, so I'm not really expecting that. I don't know whether he's taken this gas yet, so it's still possibility of a marine tank build, marine marauder medivac, or a 1-1-1 build. So obviously I don't see if he's got a starport or factory or whatever in here. So for now, what I'm going to do is grab this expansion. I know that I'm fairly safe early on, and then I can always cancel this if there is some really early pressure, and probably throw up a few gateways in a moment just in case, and then leave a couple of stalkers outside his front just to see if I can see if he's moving out or trying to grab an expansion or whatever. So I can still see there's a few marines up there and nothing else yet. But the most important thing I'm watching for is whether he grabs this expansion, whether he moves out. Because if it goes into a macro game, I know I'm probably ahead. Say he doesn't attack me, I'm probably ahead because I'm grabbing this expansion earlier. So he's going to have to put some pressure on. So yeah, here's, I chuck up 2 extra gateways, or 3 extra gateways, and then a robotics. You always want that robotics because, well, what I've sort of picked that he could be doing is a marine tank build, marine marauder medivac, or a 1-1-1. And against the marine tank build and 1-1-1, it's really important to get out an immortal or an observer. Against 1-1-1, they could be going for cloak. So yeah, you've always got to watch out for that. Always got to get that observer. And that's all I see at the moment is those marines. I don't know, a lot of the time they hide the rest of their units up the back, just so you can't see them, and then they'll lower their supply depots and come down. So I'm always watching out. On the minimap, you always want to watch out just to see if they ever come down the ramps, you can run away. And now I see the Banshee. So you want to warp in a couple of stalkers, and I think I lose this sentry, which isn't good. That's actually, you really want to keep your sentries. And with my robo, the first thing I'm going to do is make an observer, because he could be he could be getting cloak. I know it's a 1-1-1 coming now though, and so what you want to do is bring some probes down to your expansion, and you can use these probes to help defend. It's normally quite difficult to defend against a 1-1-1, especially if the Terran brings their SCVs. And if they bring their SCVs, you want to bring your probes into the fight as well. So now I've got this observer out. I'm fairly safe against Banshees. And the next thing you want to get out is this immortal. Unfortunately, I'm a bit supply blocked. But yeah, if you get out the immortal, that really helps against the tanks which are coming. So now this is some good scouting information. And yeah, I can see there's his factory. And I just watch what this is doing, and I see he's got some SCVs. He doesn't have many SCVs, but yeah, I can see that he has got them. So what you want to do, really important when it's coming towards you, is your positioning. You want to spread out your army as much as possible and build quite a lot of zealots, but you still need stalkers or sentries to defend against the Banshee. So you generally want to get, I don't know, an approximate sort of concave. So he's got to attack into here. So if I move some zealots down here, some up here, and stalkers at the back somewhere, and my immortal when it comes out, that's really important. Because especially with zealots, if they're not in a concave, they just get all bunched up. So I got more zealots coming in here, so I can sort of attack on both sides. And here are the SCVs, so I pull my probes to attack. With the stalkers, you want to focus fire the Banshee, and with this immortal, see how I've got him. I had him clicked on the siege tanks. Yeah, you've got to do that because they do so much damage to siege tanks. What is it? 50, and they've got 160, so it's almost 3 hits to kill a siege tank. And these probes are just in here for buffering, although in the end I didn't actually need them. Yeah, that's basically it. From here, I mean, look at the supplies, 67 to 34. If we look at it just before he attacked, let's see, somewhere back here, 8 minutes 50. Yeah, it's fairly similar supply. And then, I don't know, it just got absolutely crushed. But in terms of composition, it's really important that you get quite a lot of zealots. Normally I'd have a couple of sentries because I wouldn't have lost them early on, but that's alright. It just helps if they try and, you can force field the marines and try and kill them off with your stalkers or zealots or whatever. And also force field around the tanks to stop them being repaired. But yeah, you want stalkers to deal with the air units, but not many of them, and at least, I don't know, I'd say twice as many zealots as you've got stalkers to deal with all the, I don't know, they do a lot more DPS. Let's see, what's the DPS? 8 with a weapon speed of 1.2. So yeah, I don't know, their DPS is really high. But yeah, that's basically it. I think the most important thing is just getting your positioning right so that you can deal with it quite easily. But yeah, I'm going to be putting up some more videos soon. Make sure you subscribe and like, favorite the video, whatever. Because yeah, there's going to be a bunch more Starcraft videos coming out soon. And I'll see you guys next time.